Alright. Okie dokie, hokey pokey. I think we is live. Now it's gonna be an very, very messy, a very, very messy little, thing, because I have with me a giant steak sandwich and a French stick. So it's gonna be somehow trying to eat all of this. Trying to eat all of that, while playing games. So we're gonna see how we go. I might have to end up eating this very piecemeally. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Right, we are day 106. Oh my goodness, Satias, whiiiile, hello! How are you? I hope the day is doing well. I hope life is going fabulously. And I hope you are getting very excited for all the possibilities that your new status gives you. Namely, you know, like channel point stuff, emotes, all of that goodness. But I hope you're doing well. Here we go, right. I'm gonna, let's go, okay. At Subway they managed to cram all of this. They managed to get it to all mush together, so if Subway can do it, then so can I. Oh, what am I doing? Not there. No, wrong one. And there. I'm also wearing a lovely dress, and I really hope I don't get steak juice all over it. Alrighty. And also gotta hope that I chew all my food properly. Got a really bad habit of only chewing like twice, and I'm swallowing this giant hard lump through my throat. And it's just pain on the way down, and I don't know why I do it. I think I just eat way too fast. Like way too fast for my own good. Come on, and kasploosh, and kaloosh, and kablam. Alright. Perfect. Okay, 2 flights down. A goal today is I'm gonna get down to the, obviously the 2300s. I'm thinking maybe like 2390, I think. Might make my goal. Oh, I dropped cheese already. Already dropped the cheese. Already.
You shall be brought
In terms of it is very exciting. It's a very exciting time, really, to be alive. We've got whatchamacallit. I saw today when I got home from work. I saw the Crimson Desert gameplay trailer that they showed at Gamescom. My lord. Oh my goodness gracious me. It's like Assassin's Creed plus The Witcher 3 plus Breath of the Wild plus Skyrim plus other games. It is insane how it looks. It is insane. If it's even half as good as it looks, it's going to be an incredible game. I'm oh so excited for it. I mean, the relatively small amount that I played of Black Desert, which is by the same peeps, Pearlibus, I didn't want to dedicate too much time to it, purely just because I Final Fantasy 14 is the MMO I've got on at the moment, which also reminds me I've got a new seasonal event that I've got to do in Final Fantasy 14, the 10th anniversary stuff, which I'm very excited for. So I can't have another MMO that I'm playing as well. But the small amount that I did play of Black Desert, it's a very well made game. It's actually really fun to play, like really fun to play. And in fact, it felt like it very much lent itself to a controller. Like the combos are very controllery, if that makes sense. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just, it was very as free MMO. Was it free? I feel like it was free. No, actually no, I feel like it wasn't free. You pay like a little bit, I think. No, you just pay a one-off fee to get it, and then there's heavy microtransactions inside. Whereas, sorry, the steak is really hard to chew. Whereas, you know, for 14, because it's just a paid service the whole time, everything in it's free. The amount of content you can do is incredible. The quality of the content is incredible. Just goes to show the difference between a paid and a free MMO. Anyway, what was I saying? Crimson Desert, oh my goodness, oh my lordy, it looks incredible. I'm heavily excited. I don't think it's coming out for next year. In fact, they haven't even given it a release date yet. But there's that, first off. Second off, there's this other game, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, it's like a JRPG, you know, good old JRPG, been very excited for it. That's coming out at the end of January next year. That looks incredible. So not only is this year a good year for video games, next year is going to be a good year for video games. Oh my lord, what a time to be alive! And then on top of that, not only that, on top of that, because we've pre-downloaded Starfield on the Xbox, and then had a call with my dad on Sunday, because he was trying to sort out his headset on his Xbox, because when he gets Starfield, him and his, basically he's going to want to jump on voice chat with whoever's also playing it at the same time. So he's trying to get his headset working, and it was like a double net thing that we're trying to sort out. But anyway, so we managed to get it working, but then he was saying that, because he's gotten Game Pass, just so you can download on Game Pass, but he's actually already bought the super duper edition with like the watch and all of that as well, I think he said he bought that. Whatchamacallit. But then he said, even if you got it on Game Pass, for like, well, it's $58 here, but it'll be, however that equates to elsewhere, you can get the premium edition upgrade. So if you've bought the standard edition of the game, then you just pay an extra and you can get upgraded to premium edition. And the premium edition comes with playing it early, which is like this week, like the end of this week. It's a global release time as well, so you know, usually in New Zealand you would get it first, but it's actually but no, it's a complete global time, so I think it's like 12 PM Friday for us. Here is when it comes out, but anyway. So then he said, I'm like, oh, I wonder if that works on Game Pass. He's like, yeah, it does. If you pre-download, if you've got Game Pass and you pre-downloaded it, you just pay the $60, $58 for the premium edition upgrade, and you've got the premium edition upgrade, and you can play early. I'm like, oh, what? Really? So I caved in today and I bought it. So now we're gonna be playing Starfield over the weekend. So I'm very excited. And now me and the boy are gonna have a huge fight over who gets to A, play it first, B, take it in turns. We're gonna have to take it in turns. We're gonna have to set alarms on our phone. So like, sorry Ben, your hour's up, my turn again. Yeah. What do you think the next game? Ooh. So I'm of two minds. One is that I intend to finish this just before Storm Connections comes out, because then it will just be, I'll finish this, I'll do the tier list, and then I can just zippity-zoo straight onto Storm Connections. That's one thought. Other thought is that, assuming that there's either like a big gap in between, or you know, once I've exhausted Storm Connections, I guess, I'm actually thinking, because I bang on about them a hell of a lot, and so I need to, you know, I need people to actually understand why I'm banging on about them. The PS2 Ultimate Ninjas. I'm actually thinking of starting with Ultimate Ninja 2. I'll skip Ultimate Ninja, but I'll go to Ultimate Ninja 2, possibly even 3 and 4 and 5. Probably just, if anything, just 2, and maybe 3. But I'm thinking of playing them. Because they are goddamn good games. Like, goddamn good games. Up there on the list of, like, the games that I've played the most in my life. Like, in terms of just raw number of playthroughs. And it'd just be nice just to see the old style combat. I'm thinking I'll probably, yeah, if there's a gap I'll start on them. If not, then I'll do Storm Connections. And then those PS2 ones after. And then even on the Storm Connections, I'll probably just do the story mode, probably do all, like, basically everything I can do that's not ranked battles or free battle. Is probably how I'm gonna scope it. But yeah, but no, that's my kind of idea for now, I think. It's just gonna be so odd. It's gonna feel so strange when I've done this, because since I started streaming, I've been doing this since the moment I started streaming. So it's gonna be, it feels like it's like part of my identity. Part of my identity doing this. So, you know, even though I'll still be doing Naruto stuff, like this in particular is it's gonna feel weird not doing it. In some ways I'll be sad. Might be sad. But maybe I'll just do it maybe I'll just pick one of the PS2 games, and just do it with that. But yeah, so that's kind of the haps at the mo. Yeah. Oh, I was playing a game. Started a game last night on PS5. Tacoma. It's like a 3-hour puzzle game. But it's really cute. I say cute. It's, what's the word? It's not cute. It's not quaint. It's extremely simple and just very. It's got heaps of details in it. And it's quite lovely. In the sense of like you board a space station called the Tacoma, and you've got to recover the AI system in there, and then you kind of, because you've got this weird AR VR thing, where you can like see recordings of the crewmates, and you basically, there's no like, your only real goal really, well it's not even like, yeah, basically your only goal is just to recover all the AI information on the station. You just go around and you basically will piece together what happened to the crew, and the story. So you kind of like whether you like how much you piece together of the story is completely up to you, I guess, and how much you pay attention and read stuff. Like you can finish the game without having any idea what the story is. I think. I'm assuming that that's the case. But yeah, but so far it's kind of neat. It's kind of cool. It's just nice, like seeing all the different conversations all these crew members are having, and kind of like reading details and seeing who they're calling, like when they're calling off station, and all like the pamphlets that they've put in their rubbish bins are all telling a story, and it's like I like it because there's like 6 people on the ship, you know, and you're able to work out which ones have the feelings for each other, and you know, and then seeing their interactions with the ship's AI. Yeah, it's cool. I'm kind of like I'm in one of those moody moods that I have where I'm in the mood for some like couple of hour long, maybe not couple of hour long, but you know, just like story heavy, puzzly Metroidvanias. And the other game that I'm sort of looking at getting, is Return of the Obra Dinn, which has been really well reviewed, and a lot of people extremely highly rate it. And it's a similar thing where you're kind of like piecing together a mystery of something. Maybe that's at mystery games, I guess. Sorry, I've got these steak pieces are really hard to for me to get my teeth through. I think it's just because I think it's just because my jaw is weak. Ugh. But yeah, no, so long story short, it was just a good time. It was just a good time video games wise. We've got Starfield coming out. We've got amazing games coming out next year, and I can't forget Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out at the start of next year. Oh my lord. Can't forget that. And whatchamacallit. Yeah, so many games. I finished Final Fantasy IV at the weekend, so I've only got, technically, Final Fantasy VI is the last main game if you don't count Final Fantasy XI. And part of me is really hoping they do something similar to what they've done with Dragon Quest X, and they're releasing like an offline, but just the main story kind of thing. Which I would love. If they did that with Final Fantasy XI, I think it would sell like hotcakes, first off. And B, I'll play the shit out of it. Use my language. And then I can officially say I finished every mainline numbered Final Fantasy game. And I'll be very happy when I do. Oh, got him. Okay, lovely. Okay, AI's just gone to sleep, which is fab. Lovely. AI's gone to sleep. Also, I hope the mic sound's coming through clearly enough. Okay, Minato and Darui. Lovely. What other game related things have we got? What other game related things have we got on? It's not really, I think. The boy at the moment, he's playing through Elden Ring. He's thoroughly enjoying that, and it's finally good for him to see a game that he's like actually like playing and actually probably gonna finish. Because he's just like my dad, where he'll play a game and then like, or like he's excited for a game, but he'll kind of just like stop halfway through and he just doesn't feel like playing anymore. Except my dad's a bit more vocal about his disinterest. But Elden Ring, I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes it. The last game like that was God of War Ragnarok. And probably Starfield might actually be when he finishes. But yeah, the last few games he's played, he just hasn't finished. Oh, mic sounds good. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, when I was just testing it just before, sometimes like it would just cut out, or like it wouldn't cut out, but suddenly like it was as if it wasn't able to capture it. And I didn't know what I was doing wrong. Maybe I was just talking too. I was just talking too quietly when I'm capturing it. Come on, and ooh, lovely, lovely jubbly. Alright, so that's really showing them. And lovely, lovely. Lovely. Yeah, because all the games we've got coming out towards the end of the year, we've got Assassin's Creed Mirage. We've got Assassin's Creed Mirage, we've got Naruto, we've got what else have we got? It's really next year, isn't it? It's next year's actually going to be the year. 2023, 2024 are going to be the years. So next year we've got Fable, presumably. We've got 7 Rebirth. We've got Crimson Desert. We've got hopefully Dragon Age 4. Been absolutely just dying for Dragon Age 4 to come out. Dreadwolf, should I say. Oh, and then the I think believe the next Final Fantasy XIV expansion should be coming out next year. Very exciting. Dawn Trail. Oh, I'm so excited for that. I am so incredibly excited. And because the other thing too with that is that everyone's speculating that there's going to be a lot of Final Fantasy X related stuff in there. Which would be incredible if they do. Because of all the Final Fantasy games that 14 is kind of like using or drawing things from, of those 13 and 10 and probably 15 are by far the least. Yeah, 13, 10 and 15 by far the least used. I would say 13 the most unused. Probably because it's also hard to actually make it fit make it fit in a 14 thing. Oh, actually, I say that. No, it's actually easy to make any of them. And I mean the whole like post in the current patches that we're going through at the moment are all Final Fantasy IV. Like fully Final Fantasy IV. And the more, and now actually having played Final Fantasy IV and finished it, my god, the entire Endwalker expansion is practically Final Fantasy IV. Like all of the dungeons, all the two like main dungeons, all Final Fantasy IV. Same music, same bosses, same everything, and then even to the point where it's like in the first dungeon, Tower of Zot, which was a weird name. I was like, Tower of Zot, what the hell's that? And I'm like, oh no, it's literally from Final Fantasy IV. In it, the bosses are the Mega Sisters, Cindy, Mindy, and Sandy. And you're like, oh my god, Final Fantasy X reference. Not even. There's the Mega Sisters boss in the Tower of Zot in Final Fantasy IV. It was Final Fantasy IV the whole time. So I need to tell that to my mate. Because he was like, oh my god, Final Fantasy X reference. Because 10 is like our favourite, both of ours favourite. And I'm gonna be like, bruh, it wasn't even a 10 reference. I mean, it sort of was, but like, it wasn't really. So I've got to break his heart on that one. Yeah, and then the Tower of Babel, that's Final Fantasy IV, and even the function of it, almost identical to how it is in 4. Traveling to the moon, just spoilers for those who haven't played 4. It's just, yeah, it's just, whoa. So if anything, I'm actually kind of glad I played 4 when I did. That is all good, my dude. I hope your chores go well as chores can be, I guess. They go without any hitches. But no. Look away, my dude. Have a fabulous one. Have a fabulous night. Wake up rested. I love you. Alright. And then the other thing, oh my goodness. The thing's down in there. Is that the whatchamacallit? A lot of the bosses in especially in the Tower of Babel. Actually no, there is a 10 reference. There is a 10 reference in Endwalker. There's Anima. Is the boss fight. There's that one. That can't be anything but 10. And what else? Oh, the dwarves. So in Shadowbringers, there's a little dwarf village that you go to called Tomra. You know, and then the head of the dwarves called Giot or something. And I'm like, what's this? They're all from 4. That's all from 4. It just never ends. The comparisons never end. And it's just amazing. But anyway, but if I kind of like, I'm just gonna like try and just think about each Final Fantasy game, and if there's a hell of a lot of references. I feel like, which games are the least referenced from my very limited recollection of all the early ones in particular. It was like, for instance, so Final Fantasy 1 obviously absolute complete and utter no-brainer. Final Fantasy 2? Apart Final Fantasy 2. Final Fantasy 3? Yep, there's a whole raid series on it. Final Fantasy 4, there's a practically whole expansion of Final Fantasy 4. Final Fantasy 5, X-Death. Yep, there's X-Death's a boss fight. It was 6. 7. Oh no, 5 is actually. Because we've got the whole Ronka civilization, and that's definitely 5. And that's all, the Ronkas are all in Shadowbringers. 7, I mean, it's got materia. There's like little bits and bobs, I think. What else we got? 8. Ooh, 8. Ooh, 8 actually might be another one of the very little referenced. I mean, some people will argue that the Gunblade class is like, it has to be like Squall and Cypher. Obviously 9, most definitely. Like the Tantalus Troopers in the Evilise Raid series.
This is the end.
What else? What else? Just trying to think. 10, oh, 10's got Yojimbo and Anima, are all boss fights. Um, 12 has got Evilise Raids. I think actually, I'd say Tactics actually. It's more Tactics than it is 12. Oh, actually no, it's got the Espers. But even then it's more. Oh no, but it's got Fran. It's like 12 and Tactics both in equal measure. 13 practically null. Practically. In fact, I don't. Is there any 13 reference? There might actually be 0 reference to 13. Like, at all. I need to fact check that actually. I genuinely can't think of any 13 reference. Oh my god, what could it be? No, I'm really struggling. Oh no, wrong one. And then 15's got, there was a 15 crossover event. And I suppose like in some instances like the Garlean army are very Magitech army from 15, even though this one came after. Hang on, so epic 13 references in 14. There we go. Here we go. I'm going to fact check myself on my 13 references. I genuinely can't think of any. There's no mention of Fal'Cie. There's no Lissy. There's no Vanilles and Fangs and Sazzes. There's no Snows, no Lightnings.
You shall be brought to justice. There you are.
Although if I could get Fang's outfit in 14, oh my god, I'll buy it. Even if I had to buy it, I'll buy it with the quickness. Okay. Here we are, illusions. Oh, someone said the only reference that they've managed to find is that the Gunbreaker female stance is a little bit like Lightning's stance. Here we are, illusions. Series.
Let's go.
Okay. Toya. Got like bloody everything. Oh my god. All the after years. There's people facing that one and that one. Advent children. 7. Ah, here we go. Here's the ones from 10. Solutions from 10. Oh, there's actually lots in the OG FF14. Oh my goodness. Hey, hello, welcome in. It is good to see you, good to have you. How are things? Good morning, and I must say, good. It's still evening. Is 7:30 considered evening, or is that considered night? I've never actually worked out the crossover between night and evening. But anyway, good morning, good night, and good evening. How art we? Tired? Yeah. There. I'm not a morning person. At all. At all. So, I hate waking up.
Battle begins.
And then after 5, yeah. But like, would you say like after 8 PM or 9 PM would be night? Because I'm thinking, well, I don't even know. I kind of it just changed. Maybe I just do it, just change it on the weather. It takes me sometimes till like 10:30 to like truly feel like I've woken up. The amount of times I set my alarm for like 20 to 7 in the morning, and then I snooze it until like 5 to 7. I snooze it to like the last possible time, last possible second that I need to then be able to like get up and go to work and get to work at the time that I want. Because I'm like, I need to get every, like, to the last second, I need to get as much sleep as possible. Even if I'm lying there with my eyes closed, I'm fully aware and conscious, and I'm not getting any, like, deep sleep at all. It's still better than getting up. And you almost, and then you go through the whole, like, contemplation, like, do I really need a job? Do I really need a job? Living out in the wilds, being fully self-sufficient, it can't be that hard, can it? Like, others have been able to do it. Hey, I'm glad I'm glad we're kindred spirits in that sense. I'm glad you fully, deeply understand what we have to say, and vice versa, you know. We understand each other on a deep level. Douche.
Do it. Mission accomplished.
Girl. Yes. I said the exact same thing. I'm like, well, you know, like, you don't want to do household chores and, you know, look at all the stuff around the house that you don't want to do, and, you know, you don't want to do the gardening, you don't want to do this. Well, if you're the only one that works and I'm home all the time, then I can do all the home chores and you just have to work and then come home and everything's sorted and then I don't have to go to work. It's a win-win situation, like, come on. And then the beauty is that because we won't have kids either, we have even more time to chillax. Because you won't have to worry about cooking dinner because I've already cooked it for you. You know, you don't have to worry about doing your dishes because I'll just do that in the morning when I get up. Oh, it's just like, how can this not be a win-win, like, situation? Like, really? Are you agreed on no Kisu? That was probably the one thing that I wouldn't say I was worried about because it didn't really cross my mind when we first got together, but yeah, me and the boy could not be more aligned on that. And I'm so incredibly happy and so incredibly grateful that that's the case, because it's just a conversation and a whole thing that we don't need to have. We don't need to ever worry about having. Yeah. As much as my mum and dad will be like, oh, but you know, but they're just so lovely, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure they are. Not for me, thanks. I'm good. See, me and the boy can save up all our money and then get all the cool gadgets and gizmos, and then all of your other grandchildren will want to come over to our place because we're the, you know, the cool aunties and uncles that's got all the gears. You know, they want to come over to our place. I mean, everyone's got to have that cool auntie. I have to fill that role because no one else is stepping up to the plate. I've got to be there. So it's not a role that I take lightly. I have taken up the mantle where no one else would, of being the cool auntie. So, you know, it's a burden I bear. It weighs heavy on my shoulders, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Oh, sweet, right from the... Oh, that is... I love it. The amount of times I've heard of, like, people who don't have that conversation until too late, and then they're, like, 5 years in, and then one of them's like, so, kids, and the other person's like, yeah, what about them? And they're like, so... And then the other person's like, yeah, nah, I'm good. And then it just all ends in tears. So yeah, so I'm extremely grateful that I don't ever have to worry about that. Ugh, okay, that is dinner finally done. I tried to munch down that steak that just would not relent. And now I'm gonna open my lovely flippy yogurts. Oh my goodness, like the yogurts with the little like bicky bits that you like flip into it. I am in love with them at the moment. So every time I go to the supermarket, even if it's just to like grab like top up stuff, I always grab my flippy yogurts. And at first the boy was like, that's so like, that's such like a little kid thing. I'm like, excuse me? What do you mean little kid thing? He's like, because it's like a yogurt, but then you've got little bickies that you flip into it. And I'm like, yeah. E.g. the best yogurt ever. And then I finally converted him as well. Converted him too. So now he's, whenever I'm opening it, whenever I'm opening it, he's always like eyeing it up as I'm opening it. I'm just like, do you want some? And he's like, I'm like, ah, fine. You're lucky I love you. This one's mint yogurt too. A lovely like mint yogurty one with like little like dark chocolate bits and oh, it's delightful. Ugh. Yeah. Other half older. He is 4 months younger. To my surprise, because when we first met and we first started dating, before we knew how old the other person was, I could have sworn he was like 6 years older. Not because he looks ancient, but because he had a big bushy beard, and just in my brain, bushy beard equaled age. Yeah, I thought he was 6 years older. Turns out he was 4 months younger, so... Ooh. Cool. Damn, 2 years younger, dang. I mean, I know heaps and heaps and heaps of people, they get all like... They get very particular about age gaps. I'm like, at the end of the day, does it really matter? Like, honestly? Genuinely? Does it matter? But yeah, so I call him the boy. Why do I call him the boy? I think because calling him the man doesn't just like, sounds weird. Yeah. And he doesn't mind it. He calls me a cougar and a cradle snatcher, and I'm like, it doesn't count if I thought you were older going into it. I'm not a cougar if it doesn't count like that. So he always makes jokes about how I'm a cougar. Like 4 months isn't enough for cougardom. That is so lovely to hear that that you're just so happy. That is so beautiful. I love it. I get all mushy when it comes to just any relationship that's like going well. Any relationship and they're all in love, my heart just goes to mush. And I love it. I love it. It's like, it gives me life. So I'm so incredibly happy to hear that you're happy. Because I think it's just, I've just been surrounded by, you know, my friends all from school. They were just all in the most awful relationships, and you could just see it a mile away. Like, no surprises there that he's done that or whatever, that it's just turned to crap. And I think I've just been surrounded by that, and like my whole idea, I guess, of relationships and even just what guys were like was completely and utterly skewed. Really. You know, and the boys kind of helped just by being a great dude. He's kind of helped shake that, I guess. Even though he's my first relationship, and I'm hoping my first and only. you know, so I mean I don't have much experience or much, you know, precedent to go off of, but yeah. Anyway, just your child stature. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Oh my god. Like, not cute that you've been alone for like 15 years, but just cute that it's just, he makes you so happy. Oh. There is good in the world. Oh, you don't, like I said, I get all mushy about this sort of stuff, but yeah. Like I'm a bit like, boy doesn't, I suppose he wasn't brought up religious at all. So he's not anti-religion, but he's just, it's never been something he's ever been exposed to, so he's just like about it. But me, I was brought up very Catholic, but now I'd say more spiritual than religious. But I keep saying to him, and I do genuinely believe it as absolutely sappy and romance novel it is, but I genuinely do believe that the boy was like, not like sent by God, but this was meant to happen. Like, me and the boy were meant to happen, and it was God's, like, God just moved the chess pieces around on the board a little bit and made it happen. So just cause how the boy was kind of like everything I needed, everything I need, everything I want. Yeah. Second relationship. Oh, your first year's in October. Oh my goodness. Almost like a month and a bit away. That is so exciting. That is so exciting. I'm so excited for you. We me and the boy, we last month, actually no, this time last month, we celebrated our 5 years together, and you know, we're just sort of like looking back at everything we've done in the 5 years, you know, and we've actually done a hell of a lot in the last 5 years. Like, in span from us getting together in July 2018, he's moved out of home. He's almost tripled his salary, practically. We've moved cities, we've moved whole islands even, and we've bought a house, and I've gone from my learner's license to my full license. There's just so much that we've done in 5 years, and it kind of just like, when you think about it that way, it's sort of like all the, you know, all the quabbles that go on, you know, everyone has those, but it just makes them, not worthwhile's the wrong word, but like, they just feel so small in comparison. You feel the same? Ooh, very much into crystals. Ooh. Oh good, excuse me. I know that, like, the boy will be one of those people that's like, oh, crystals, but I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, crystals look so sick. Like, I would actually full on buy them. I'm gonna have like ones because I'm like, oh, the red one looks like it's like fire element stuff. I'm very much like crystals with like the fantasy vibe going in, as in like high fantasy. Like, I'll buy the crystals that like make it look like they house elemental spirits. The boy thinks I'm absolutely mad, but like, girl, I understand you. Like, I understand you. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that about his previous girlfriend. Oh, that's neat. Like, yeah, I'm very spiritual person, so I'm like fully like, I am all in on the, it's not just us on this rock and there's nothing else going on. There's other stuff going on. Like, it's kind of like, it's one of those things that how can there not be? Like, everything's just too well designed for there not to be something else going on, but anyway. Anyway. But no, I am so happy that you're in such a good relationship, and well wishes for the very long future you two have together. Yeah, I've seen enough awful relationships to just, you know, at one point I'm like, is this all there is? A love? But no, there is more to love. Oh. My heart honestly can't take it. He's so cute. No, but I'm glad that you're able to experience it. You know, everyone on this planet deserves that, and I'm so glad that you're able to experience that happiness. Yeah, so, sorry, Bull. It's girl time, girl corner. Unless you want to come in and throw your boy perspective in. Everyone's more than welcome. Let's talk girls. Oh, say hi to Ash for us. We're just it's basically us gushing about how happy we are with our boyfriends, and my heart is dying from cuteness at just good solid relationships. My heart is just, yeah, I am in I was gonna say euphoria, but that's like not that's excessive, but you know what I mean. We're just talking about cutesy relationships stuff, basically. So if you want to gush about basically think of it as if you wanna just gush about your boyfriend or girlfriend, and this is to everyone who may be watching. If you want to gush about your partner, there we go, that's a better word. Today and now is the place to do so. Like, I'm talking about how happy the boy makes me. Chickadee Foo's saying how happy her boy makes her. So it's just a love fest going on here. A love fest. That sounds weird, but it's a love fest. Oh, Sophia is. Hello. the fights begun good. Which actually reminds me, probably after these two, probably after these two, 3, 4. Yes, we are partner gushing indeed. Well, no, the last emoji is you're so full of love that you have to throw up. Think of it like that one. You're in physical pain how much love there is. Yeah, so it's like this. If you want to gush about your fiance, gush about your fiance. If you have philosophical musings about the nature of love and life, and something, forces of the universe, then that is okay too. Not that one, and that one.
Battle begins. Let's do some. Let's eat this. Over here. Let's go. Eat this.
Got him. And splash. Ow. And then the sploosh. Alright. Okay, alright, after these two fights coming up, I'm gonna run an ad, so after this, not after this one, after the next one. Just a warning. Ooh, ooh, exciting! Excited. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited for the wedding stuff too. Oh my lord. Because it's only like a month and a bit away, isn't it? It's October, not September, isn't it? Or is it September and I've got my months completely wrong? Sure can. Sure can indeedy. Doesn't understand a Twitch bit. Yeah. You put it, I mean, it's practically an instant follow, isn't it, with that? It is October. Okay. Good, I got the month right. Come on. Here we are, lovely. Okay, now I can fight normally. Fabulous. Okay, I will just need to run a quick super lightning quick 3-minute ad. I will be back with the quickness afterwards. You're not gonna miss much, you're gonna miss like our fight, if that. So BRB for those who had effects. Okay, ad is running. Finalizing outfits. Decoration completion. Oh. I'm so excited for you. Oh my god. I love relationship stuff. I love wedding stuff. I love, oh, it's just the idea of romancy days. Oh. I can't contain it. I genuinely can't contain it. Like, I'm actually gonna die. I'm actually probably gonna explode. With the love. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot. I need to update the list. Okay. 1 second. Oh, actually, I'll update after these two.
It's sad that we must part.
Maybe a list.
It's a shame, but I'll watch you melt.
Gorgeous.
You did well.
Okay, Shisui and Orochi, but first. We're down to 2,430. Fabuloso. No, I don't want him. I want Shisui and Orochi. Creative brain twist challenge. Yes, please. Yes, I don't know why that sounded like so desperate. I'm down. I'm down for creative brain twist challenges. Yes, sorry. Sorry if I'm like completely like unhinged. I seem like unhinged. I think I've just got lots of energy. Need to pick a game and a number between 1 and 100. Okay. Let's go Zelda Ocarina of Time and 28. I'm excited. I'm excited. Is now 28% more realistic. Oh, dang. As in like real life realistic? Well, yeah, obviously real life realistic, what I'm saying. 28% more. So what would that mean realistically? Realistically, what would that mean? it means that okay, what it means is that it's gonna mean a couple of things. The day and night cycle is slightly longer because my god, is it a short day and night cycle? Is slightly longer. It's a fantastic question. It's a genuinely fantastic question. Like, you know, because imagine if I said like 50% or 99% more realistic. What does that mean? Like, in fact, actually, the bigger the number, the harder it would be. But no, yeah. So the day and night cycle will be slightly longer. Because there's something about rain, but I'm like, it doesn't actually rain. There's no like rain cycle.
Impressive.
Like, I suppose I'm trying to think of maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. Maybe only like some things become fully realistic, but only 20% of things in the game become fully realistic.
Battle begins.
I think I'll categorize it all into weather and like atmospheric stuff will become more like slightly more realistic. So day and night cycles will be longer. There will be weather, like it will be overcast, or it can change between overcast and sunny and rainy or whatever, rather than specific moments of the game having that. But they won't have any effect. There will be literally zero tangible effect of those that the weather and atmospheric conditions will have, other than it just looks different. And
This is how it ends.
And I feel like it'd be more than that though. And probably the only other thing that would probably change is
Battle begins.
arrows wouldn't be able to affect pose. The idea of shooting a ghost with an arrow doesn't work for me. It wouldn't work. You'd have to use like an elemental arrow, or it'd have to be some level of elemental or magic damage. That would be it. I think that would be it. Imagine if I'd said something like 76. Oh my god. That would have been... What a fabulous question, Cythius. Thank you for that. Now I'm gonna see if I can try and come up with one. Equal standing.
Has been decided. Battle begins.
I was trying to think of one. Hey. They are always welcome. Like, always welcome here. Like, I mean that from the bottom of my soul. in some cases you don't even need to ask. Just fire away, my dude. But no, I'm gonna try and think of one. Because I love these things as well, but I'm always rubbish at coming up with them. Let's do... Okay. Because some of my problem is that some of the questions I have, as soon as I say them, and once you put any modicum of thought into them, it like completely just falls apart. The question itself completely falls apart. But I'm going to try and explain what I kind of mean. So for instance, and this might be a bit meta as well. Sorry, the example I'm going to give might be a bit meta. Let's say if you had to go into a video game and ideally one where there's like a clear like villain, and ideally like as much of a story based one as possible ish. You sort of get what I mean when I fully explain it. But so pick a game which has a villain. So imagine you got teleported into the world of the video game and you were like on the villain's team or whatever, or basically you could say something to them and they would listen to you. So let's say you teleport into the video game and you go up to the villain and you have to say, you're like, hey, I've come from another dimension, but I know exactly how this all pans out. So you've come into the world pre-armed with the knowledge of how the story of the game. If you had to tell the villain one thing that they could do, or two things, if it actually requires a whole bunch of stuff, but like you basically have to tell the villain how they're gonna win, like how to win, quote unquote. And I'm probably explaining this badly, but so what I mean is, this might be a bit meta because something might actually be happening in another game coming out, but possibly. Is so Final Fantasy VII, for instance. Sephiroth quote unquote loses. And I have to go back and tell Sephiroth how he's going to win.
Perfect.
I'm like, here's what you gotta not do, or here's what you have to do, and you will win. So for instance, I would go back and I'm like, yo, Mr. Sephiroth buddy. You know when you're about to like stab that chick? Don't do that. Like just genuinely don't do that. Because that's going to be the one thing that's going to basically give Cloud and crew the strength to defeat you, and it's also going to do whatever, it's going to stop the meteor. So whatever you do, don't stab the chick. And then, if my belief about the story of Final Fantasy VII is true, that should then ultimately mean that Sephiroth will probably win. And then like, so another example would be, or... In fact, actually now that I'm thinking about it, it's such a weak question. Never mind, I'm going to come up with another one.
To me,
For instance, okay, in Mystical Ninja, starring Gomon, the amazing game on the N64, I'd say to them like, you know, when you send your minions to go blow up this old guy's house, there'll be a conch shell in the rubble. If you just tell your dudes just to grab that conch shell, you'll win. Because then Gomon and crew won't be able to summon impact and won't be able to fly out into space and stop the giant peach spaceship and whatever. That sort of thing. Game of FUFS episode 5, how you could be confronted. There you go, okay. I was actually able to convey that semi-decently. But yeah, so because I think about it, like, because I thought about, what was I thinking? Oh no, I was thinking about Back to the Future too. How Biff gets the sports results almanac from his older self, and then he's able to become a millionaire by betting on sports stuff. I was thinking, imagine like that, yeah, but like thinking of like more of like the villain, because sometimes like the villain will just do stupid, or not stupid things, but kind of like not kill someone, or will kill someone, or will do something that's basically gonna single-handedly spell their doom later on. But I'm like, if you could just go back and just tell them, like, can you just like not do that? And then they would win. Like, there's literally nothing that can stop them from losing. I've always thought about that. But yeah, I'm glad that could kind of I'll try and think of a better question. Don't worry, I'll try and think of one. Oh, 3 AM. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say this with love, Cythias. Make sure you go to sleep and have a good rest. Look after yourself. Don't stay up too late, but also don't go to bed too early, because then you've lost the rest of your day. Anyway, but no, nighty morning. Have a fabulous one. I'm very excited for your new stream goodies when you get them. But no, have a fabulous one. And thank you very much for the question. I'm gonna try and think of some cool ones to ask next time. I promise I'll have some. But no, take care. I love you. Skadoosh. Guessing that didn't work. Oh, goodness. No. Ow. There we go. Okay. Lovely. We've got Naruto Toad and Madara Sage. Naruto Toad and such. Lovely. Oh, what's up? Whatchamacallit? On the, that's what I need to do. I need to find out. The question of the day is, what Final Fantasy X references are there? And sorry, Final Fantasy X references at FF14. Of course, there's Throthgar, there's Ronsos. Gandalf Thunder Plains, actually, yes. Yojimbo. Sari's title is High Summoner. Okay. No, but more importantly, I need to find FF13. Fabulous.
I'll use this power to bring peace.
Oh my god, it's like hardly ever. What are we at? Madara, Sage, and Toad. Oh, hello, welcome back. You're fresh. I'm pleased. It's a fast shower. Then again, I say I don't have long showers, but I don't have short showers either because I have to do my hair in the shower. One problem with curly hair is that it's an absolute nightmare to look after. Like a genuine nightmare to look after. So I've got to spend like 10 years looking after it. It's not a hair wash day. Dang, same as me then, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not afro and as such. It's just curly, really. But I've cut it short-ish. Now it just comes down to shoulder length. Yeah, but I've basically, like, the way that my mum had taught me to wash your hair was you wash your hair every single day. You put shampoo and conditioner in, and you put shampoo in, wash it out, put conditioner in, wash it out, done. Then comb your hair after. So I'd been doing that for years, and I'm like, why is my hair so frizzy all the time? Like, all the time. To the point that my nickname at school was Frizzy. And my crush at school gave me that nickname as well, which is why I've kept it. Even though he's not my crush no more. Don't actually know what he's doing anymore. But whatchamacallit. But then I finally learnt I was doing literally like everything wrong. Like literally everything wrong I was doing with my hair. I was washing with shampoos that have got sulfates and parabens in it and silicones, which were super bad for curly hair. I'm washing out my conditioner. Actually no, I meant to wash out my conditioner, but I'm using the wrong conditioner. I'm not putting anything in after the shower, like no hair butters or gels or whatever to help it keep its shape and lock the moisture in. So I wasn't doing any of that. I was using a comb. I wasn't using not a hairbrush, like a bristly hairbrush, but like a curly hairbrush, a good brush. I was using a comb instead. So again, instant bad, and it was like a very thin tooth comb, fine tooth comb. So even worse. And then my hair was being all rubbed around on a cotton pillowcase, not a silk one, so I was frizzing my hair up as I was sleeping. So once I learned I found the right shampoos and conditioners I should be using, which cost me a pretty penny, but at least they're good. I'm putting in stuff after my hair. I'm not using a comb, I'm using like a plastic bristled, like they're called, I think they're just called, Denman brush is what they're called. I'm using that. I wear a silk bonnet on my head at night time when I go to sleep, which my family thinks is funny for some reason. But ever since I've done that, my curls have actually retained their shape for at least a day. I think they're so damaged over all of these years that it's going to take me a hell of a long time to actually like get them to like proper true health. But I'm on my way. I'm on my way at least. Yeah. So I'm like, sorry, man. Everything I was doing was wrong. But yeah. Anyway. I use a pale brush. What the? Yeah, because I found out there's like a weird like. For some reason, I think it's like a crocodile one, but it's not called a crocodile one. It's a detangling one, but it's like 5 combs all together, and you go like that, and it's like a little they'll slap around with each other. That sounds weird. It's I don't even know how to describe it. It's a special detangling brush, but it's almost like, imagine you'd like cut a brush up into different slits, but kept them all together at the root. Anyway, yeah, there's one of those apparently I need. But no, a silk bonnet, or if not a silk bonnet, then a silk pillowcase is a lifesaver. Like, genuinely a lifesaver. Not a lightsaber. Lightsaber. Sorry. My words fail me. Yeah, mine's sort of... It's slowly losing its shape a little bit. And the armor didn't do the makeup thing. Oh my god. What did I do there? Like, oh my lord, I can't even get the camera right. Yeah, so it's ringlety, I guess. The nice Irish hair, I like to say. But yeah. But no, definitely sort of. And even better, there's a store in the city where I live. There's a store where they actually special. I think it's like I want to say it's a Nigerian store or South African. It's either Zambian. It's either Zambian, Ugandan, Nigerian, or South African. I can't tell you which it is. But anyway, there's a store in town which is which sells products for, you know, coily hair. So I got the bonnet from there, but like that's like super curls. So I was almost thinking like, oh damn, do I get some of that? Like, it's probably what I need. But anyway, so yeah, so now I just shop at places where it's like all buy products which are like specifically designed, like on the bottle, specifically designed for curly hair. And 68. Oh no, that is all good. Get your cup of tea, get your breakfast. I hope it's lovely. I hope it's fabulous. No, and thank you for stopping in. It is fabulous. I do have a Discord indeed. I do indeed. It is... I think yeah, it's just Frizzyninja as usual. So no. I'll wait. I look forward to it. But no, it is lovely. Have a fabulous day. It's still the weekend for you, isn't it? Is it still the weekend? No, it was on a Monday. Forget. Anyway, have a fabulous one. Oh my goodness. Michael Rich. Thank you so much. 6 months. It's actually been 6 months. You're kidding. Like, dang. But no, thank you so much. It is fabulous as always to have you around. I can't believe that's 6. Surely it's only been like 5 months, surely. Anyway, welcome in, welcome in. It was good to see you. And bank holiday. Oh, you are blessed. Make the most of it. That's all I'll say. Whenever we get bank holidays, I'm just like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna make the goddamn most of this bank holiday by doing absolutely nothing and catching up on video games. So no. Rest up well. And one more skadoosh. Oh, but no, honestly, Michael Rich, how are you doing? It is good to see ya. It's funny, today actually, at work, we're doing a whole bunch of file migrations for a couple of clients, from their from their shared network drives to SharePoint, and Microsoft 365. And the, one of the things that we always have to do whenever we're doing like big file migrations is we always have to ask, have you got any Excel sheets, and do those Excel sheets have macros and or formulas that are like linking to other worksheets? Undoubtedly we always get yes, but we always have to ask, because those links are all going to be broken as soon as we migrate the files. Today we were working with the client who they've got like a whole bunch of labs all over the place, so they like macro heavy, absolutely macro heavy Excel sheets. So we're get in and show us what kinds of ones, because some of the macros will work, some of them won't, like depends on what they are. But I was showing them and I was like, the formulas that they had in these things were unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. They were using things, operators, they were using stuff that I had never, I didn't even realize were a thing, and I was just thinking of you the whole time, being like, oh my god, if he saw this, you'd be like, dang, like they are really the Jedi Masters when it comes to stuff. And sometimes I'm just wondering, because I'm very much the kind, so my kind of philosophy when it comes to, doing complicated, tricky stuff is, my philosophy is, I'm so dumb that I don't know how to do any formulas. Like, I suck at formulas, I suck at anything. So what I'll do is I will do a super long way round. I'll use the most simple formula stuff possible. Set it up in a very odd way, but then by only using the simple formulas, I'm able to achieve the same result. It just takes me longer to get there. And so I prefer to set up things that way. So rather than spend like 2 hours trying to, actually no, not even trying to spend 2 hours setting up a complex formula. I'm like, I'm not even gonna, I know I don't know it, and I'm gonna spend 2 hours trying to just look how to do it. So rather than do that, I know how to do it the long way around by using the super simple stuff. So that's how I'll do it. And that's kind of like my philosophy on Excel sheets. But just seeing these ones, and I'm just like, how someone can even just know that that's what you're meant to do, and be able to read this formula and be like, yep, I know, I can read exactly what this is doing. Oh yep, no, that's doing this, and that's doing this, and that's doing this, and that's going over there, and I'm just like, no, give me about 10 years and maybe I'll catch up to you. Maybe I'll have a modicum of understanding of anything that you just said right now. But yeah, anyway, that's my story about Excel sheets. As you can tell, work was riveting today. jubbly. Yeah. Sai and Hanabi. Okay, 73. We've actually done really well in terms of time. I think hitting my goal of getting to 2390 is extremely achievable. I mean, there's like literally zero stuff stopping me from doing it. But I do kind of want to, at least by the end of today, whatchamacallit, because after the stream I need to go and jump on 14 and do the new public seasonal event, the Rising, and then start the Moogle Tombstone Hunt. To get some cool mounts and gears. Oh, oh, Pray Do Tell. I'm so happy to hear that it went better than expected. Oh, so like, did you actually do the whole like reveal of her as the assassin? Oh my goodness. Should've just done another air palm. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, Lee and Sugetsu. Wait, 75, dang. Want to go into the tavern to hear some rumors. Sorry, I just thought of Skyrim going into like the inns in there, but like, so have you heard anything? Right, we're gonna help Ashley get back here. They proceed to get at the bit. Oh no! Oh no! Oh goodness! The hindsight, oh my god, like them looking back at it. You would have just been cackling to yourself the whole time inside. Oh my god, it's even like a movie. Oh my lord, I can just like imagine like them taking her into like the weapons shop, and there's like, I don't know, the super cool dagger of bleed, or no, maybe like a demon's bane sword. That just looks super sick, and they're like, we're gonna get you that one, we're gonna pull all our money together and we're gonna get you this sword, and then they're like, she's like, yeah, this is a pretty cool sword. Stab. Oh lord. Did they learn there's an assassin? After one of them they speak to my girlfriend because they think I'm upset that she did what a lot of new players do. She used her, they convinced guys we're gonna. Oh my god. Even just like having only just, I'm only still at the start. But this is the best, like, this is already incredible. This has gone so incredibly well already. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Oh my god, I love this. This is like the best thing ever. To me, it really comes like a way to real. Oh my lord. You'd just be like getting so hyped up. I mean, I'm getting even hyped. Up. Okay, rule number 1, you never split the party. First off. So already broke that straight away. You never ever split this party, especially when you have a cunning DM. It will take advantage of that. Seize the moment. Oh my. This really could not have gone any better. This is incredible. They're like, it's like poetic how this is turning out. Oh. Like, this is like the greatest thing ever. Suchi and artists.
Battle begins.
Guys, find out that this. Oh yeah. Oh. Actually, interesting how they suspect the bartender. Yeah, interesting how they suspect the bartender, because I'm like, why would the bartender give them the information if it'd want to give them like the most false information?
Battle begins.
And also the dead body of a. Oh my goodness. What was that better? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Does someone end up dying? She rolled to find out where they're being tapped from. She rolled to attack. Oh.
up here.
Oh my goodness.
Mission atomic dismantling jutsu.
I hope the look of utter betrayal was priceless. I really hope the look of betrayal was priceless. Almost done. Oh, really? Oh, oh my god. Oh, bless. No. She probably would have felt bad too, like coming in, and then just like completely just offing one of the characters straight away. She also bad, literally. Wow. Yeah. Do want to do this. Ah. Interesting. Nice thinking on the fly though, I must say. At least then it also keeps the, you know, keeps the story, you know, the story of the assassination keeps it going, I guess.
Gentle fist.
Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on a second. Because they don't realize that the sparing of the life wasn't in the script. Or they didn't realize that you had... They didn't realize... Hang on, I think I've got it. You could do something where oh. Perfect twist. Side note, I need to tell my dad about all this as well because he will love it. Oh. Nice twist. But then it doesn't necessarily mean it's the bartender, it could be the chef. And they call him the butcher. And then he hires people to kill people, and then he goes and collects the bodies and then uses their meat in his menus. Why they didn't tip. Ooh. I like it, like it. Player consequences. Pen makes most of smoking. Goodness. Oh, I am so telling my dad about all of this. He will love this kind of thing. Can you pin into the giant bar fight? which actually reminds me of some of a which reminds me of a, I don't know if I told you about when me and a couple of months ago I did a one shot, or my dad did a one shot for his birthday with our family, and the most incredible thing that happened during it, and it wasn't really a bar fight, it was more like orcs invaded, or in the middle of the night orcs came into a tavern, and it was like a test of dad's new combat mechanics. But no, did she enjoy it at the end? Like, did she say anything afterwards about whether she enjoyed it? Because I'm guessing she would have enjoyed it. Like, having something like that would have been good.
Weapon control! Gigantic iron ball! Get ready!
Oh, I'm so glad that she enjoyed it. Honestly, didn't think. God bless. I think that that's lovely. You know, as cool, as fun as it would have been if she had actually, like, you know, followed through. But like, it's just so neat. It's so like so nice that they were so nice to her. Yeah, and I'm glad that she enjoyed it.
How about this?
Also, sorry if I'm sniffing. For some reason, I had this like runny nose for weeks now, and it just does not go away. Also, for some user player, expect the Metacritic. Hey, you sound conniving enough that even if that were the case, you would still find some way of doing, you know, of doing insane plot twists that they will never expect. One thing that in the one shot that I played with Dad and the fam a couple of months ago, it was my oldest sister and my sister-in-law. It was their first time playing, and Dad, I think I must have said before that Dad's in his campaigns he does this thing like cinematic combat, where basically you get inspiration if you do really cool stuff in combat, but there's a lot more freedom on what you can do. So rather than like, because Dad says like, well, if you think about it, it's pretty boring, just a barbarian just standing there and standing in front of a goblin and they're just slashing at each other, and the other guy slashes and then you stand and you slash again. Like, Dad just thinks that it's boring. But what he's done, and he says that he's trying to make combat more #realistic. So in every 6-second block of time, everyone acts all at the same time. So you go around, basically, and there's no such thing as initiative. You go around, and each person says what they're going to do, and then everything happens at once. Because technically, if an archer's about to fire an arrow at someone, and a barbarian's about to slash them, like they're gonna happen at the same time. The barbarian's not gonna wait for the archer to go, and the archer's not gonna wait for the barbarian to slash, and the goblin isn't gonna wait for the barbarian to slash them before they roll out of the way for the arrow. Like it's like Dad says, it all should happen at once, and it makes it fun. So then, but then you can also be creative about about what you do, so you can combine actions. So like if you're in a bar fight, for instance. You can say, I'm gonna roll over, do like a die roll over the table, and then fire an arrow Legolas style at the goblin's head, like slide, roll over the table, slide it along the ground, and then like pull an arrow and launch an arrow like that. And Dad's like, that sounds freaking cool. You get inspiration, stuff like that. And then the barbarian's like, when they've done that, I'm gonna pick up the table and run like. Because I'm super strong, I'm gonna like use the table as a shield and then run towards them and like slash with an axe, that sort of thing. And Dad's like, that sounds freaking cool. You get inspiration, like that sort of thing. But also, what he's done is he's said no spell slots. Spell slots are gone, because it's like it just takes the fun out of spellcasters when like, oh yeah, I've used Burning Hands twice. That's it. Can't cast it again. I've just used it in that one fight. Great, now I've got to go to bed before I can use it again, So he says no spell slots. All spells have a d20 to, if you've, a d20 to see if you cast it, and then just their normal damage one. But because of that, spells can also critical. You can also get critical spells, and so here, I can't remember. Oh no, you just double the hit dice. You just double the dice you roll for the damage. So what ended up happening was one character, and I'm trying to think, it was my sister-in-law, she was playing a wizard, I think? Yeah, she was playing a wizard, and she had magic missile, and there was basically these, we were all like in the tavern rooms, and these goblins basically, all orcs dropped down in all of our rooms. So basically there was like 2 of us in each room, so we all had to do our own fight and then run around to each other's rooms and help them. But what ended up happening was, in one of the rooms, my older sister, she was like super badly wounded and was almost like up standing on the bed, like trying to like defend herself from this orc. Sister-in-law comes around. Her character fires like 3 magic missiles and like on each of her turns, misses every single one of them. And then when, like everyone else is on like super low HP, and then she does a magic missile on the next turn, criticals it, completely, like this guy's on like 2 HP anyway. So Dad's like, he just explodes. It is just a puff, like a cloud of red, just explodes, and he just like, gore and everything, and viscera is just painting the walls of this inside room, and it was just like, it was so fun. It was just such this like amazing thing of like, missing every single spell, and then she just does this like super magic missile and he just explodes, and it was just like the best thing ever. But he now starts using like cinematic combat in all of his campaigns, because it puts a bit more, it does make combat a bit more fun, I think. And also you've got a bit of creativity, like how do I make this look really sick? Like how do I make this, I don't know, backstab? How do I make it look really cool? Or or how does it make sense? Because also the fact that you've got to think, if everything's all fired off at the same time, like I can have whatchamacallit, so you can have like an archer's gonna fire their arrows, and then you can have a sorcerer going, I'm going to use prestidigitation on the tip of the arrow so it like goes alight, let's just say, and then now the archer's firing a flaming arrow. Like, I like it. I love it. That sort of thing. But anyway, so that was the last one shot that I did a couple of months ago, with Dad and crew. Yeah, but it was fun. It was fun. But no, I'm so glad that Ashley, that she liked it. It's always great seeing like a newbie, I say newbie, someone who hasn't played D&D before, and like having an enjoyable one. Yep, yep. Yeah, I think that, yeah, Des done that a couple times. Yeah, like, yeah, you're gonna kill, like, he's only, you know, you're gonna kill this orc with your giant, you know, two-handed axe. How do you do it? Do you, like, decapitate them? Do you want to, like, slice their torso in half? Do you want to, like, you know, cleave right down the middle? Like, how would you like them to die? Yeah. You know, it's great too when you've got your family members or friends that are like really like meek and quiet, and you're just like, please tell us how you would like to horrendously maim someone. The more graphic, the better, please. Right, come to end. Hey. I've yet to play it as well. I'm waiting for it to come out on PS5 before I play. I don't want to play it on PC. So I've still got like a week or so to play it, although it might even be longer than that, because my dad told me how to play Starfield early, because we've got Starfield on Game Pass, and paid about $60 to get the premium digital upgrade, or premium upgrade, so Friday after work, that'll be me. That'll be me. So whether I stream on Friday is still a question mark. Although I definitely will stream on Sunday and Saturday, because I mean, I've got to give the boy at least some time to play it. But no, but yes, I'll be playing Starfield for the near future. So Baldur's Gate 3 might have to wait a little teeny little bit longer. Out. Oh my goodness. Come on, tradition. Thank you. Come on. Here we go. Lovely. Okay. I've got 2 more fights. And that will be me for this fine, lovely evening. What are we? Kankaro and Obido Sage. What do I want for? No, I lie, I'll do 4 more fights. Yeah. Excuse me. Alright. Goodness. There we go. Fabulous. Sage 8. Good.
Battle begins.
Yeah, this is bullshit. I don't think you asked that specifically, but I know it's been like, it's kind of like, I think we remember talking about something like if you could turn any, like, if you could make any game have the gameplay of another game, then what be, I think something like, there was something like, I think was it you said like Pokemon and Skyrim? Or there's something like that, anyway, but no, but I would say,
Feast your eyes on the power of the Sage of the Six Paths!
Has been decided.
trying to think. Sorry. I think I sneezed the other day. I've just seen it on the wall. Gross. Just trying to think, because there's so many. Do you do a like a Pokemon style game? Because that would be actually neat as hell. Do you do like a Naruto even? So that would be fun as hell. Be a bit like all over the place though, just with how agile ninjas are. Would you? And again, this Mirror's Edge, I guess, similar. Do you do like a Final Fantasy even? Do you do like Final Fantasy 10? No, because that kind of wouldn't work. I'm gonna say you know what? Zelda Breath of the Wild I would actually make. I think I would actually do as a Skyrim. Yeah, I'll actually do Breath of the Wild, I think. Because it kind of lends itself perfectly to exploration, like using the bow and the sword, be very similar. Doing the Divine Beast will be pretty neat. Yeah, I'd actually do Breath of the Wild. Probably not Tears of the Kingdom. Oh. No, Tears of the Kingdom. No, oh my god, Tears of the Kingdom would be absolutely bloody terrifying. No, I'm not doing Tears of the, oh my god, I shudder to think I would not be able to play that game if it was doing the depths in first person. Oh my goodness gracious me, that'd be so scary. Yeah, so no, Breath. Even then oh my god, the Guardians would be scary too though. Okay, screw it. I'm gonna do 2 more fights. 2 more fights. And then there's definitely the last ones. Darui and... Oh, gonna excuse me. Pokemon was getting fixing them. Yeah, I think definitely doing the. I think it's seeing the. Yeah, it's even seeing the size of things would be kind of neat. And also just the, like seeing the hand throw the Pokeball will be very satisfying, I think. Yeah. Oh, Star Wars. Ooh. Ah, now is there a particular Star Wars, or is it just like a Star Wars game in general? Like, imagine a general Star Wars game, that sort of thing. Because it would be cool if you did like a Star Wars Force Unleashed Skyrim-esque, where you like see your hands like tree. I think the bit where he's pulling in the Star Destroyer, that would be sick. That would be cool. Speaking of, not Star Wars, but because in Starfield, it seems they've hinted at possibly the possibility of Force-like powers. I think so. Starfield could be a close Skyrim, but Star Wars. Sash Risley. I think it's lived in everyone's head, rendering. Even the people that didn't even like, people who've never played the game but have seen that scene, I think lives rendering, because that's just pure. And I'm so glad, like that is right there is what happens when you get like a Star Wars fan and you're like, what scene would you like to see if you had to have like someone with cool force powers, what would you want to see them do? And they're like, pull down a frickin' Star Destroyer, and they're just like, hell frickin' yes, we're gonna do that. And then thus the Star Destroyer scene. In fact, screw it, we're so close to 100 anyway, so I might as well just do 100 fights. Okay, these are definitely, super definitely, promisely definitely the last two fights. Disney can just... The fact that they just said, oh yeah, the extended universe, yeah, nah. Very disappointed. Incredibly disappointed. Disney is afraid. That scene scares them. They're like, we can never do something that epic, therefore we're just gonna say that it never happened. The sheer epicness of it scares them. They're cowards. Sorry, I get very passionate when it comes to Disney Star Wars, in the sense that not because that I like it, it's because I just think it is the saddest thing to watch franchises you know and love die and wither in front of your eyes. Star Wars being one of those. Fabulous. Okie dokie. Right. That is definitely it today. Alrighty. Now we're just gonna update the list. Where are we at? 78 again. We're at 2,378. Dang, dang, diddly dang. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed episode 7 because it was smooth, basically. That's right. I think I remember you saying that. But yeah, I enjoyed episode 7. I am one of the few people that appreciated what episode 8 was trying to do. Had some of the best visuals I've ever seen in Star Wars, I'll say that much. There's about 10 desktop wallpapers in that movie, without a doubt. Episode 9 can just go die. Never again. My god. I have feelings about that sequel trilogy. But I will have to pause it here, unfortunately. I've got work tomorrow, and it's a big giant day of meetings, so looking forward to it. But in fact, I think I've got so many meetings. I've literally got like an hour of not meetings. Goodness gracious. Anyway, but no. So I will leave it there. Pick this up on Thursday with day 107. God, it looks. Oh no, that's my plaster. Just wonder what the hell that was in my hand. But no. Until then, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you, Mark Rich, for the sub. As always. Oh my god, 6 months. It's been crazy. It's 6 months already. Oh my lord. But no, thank you. I will see you shortly in a couple of days. Until then, stay well, stay rested, stay fruity fresh, stay fabulous, stay hydrated. Just stay full of energy and stay you. But no, until then, bye. Excellent. Go. Be gone. After that one, be gone. But I kind of love it at the same time. But no, anyway, I will see you later and bye.